What's going on, guys? Skylord Studios 005 back here again. And today, I kind of have a part 2 of that Pegasus Blast video that I made. After looking into it, I kind of figured out what the issue was. So, for the longest time, I assumed that Turbo's locking mechanism is what was killing Pegasus Blast. However, upon further inspection, I realized that it's actually the Assault Assist Blade. Now, let me explain what I'm talking about. I made a community post about this, but I know not a lot of people see those, so I'm going to try to get the best assist blade I can to showcase this, which I think is turn, because I can remove it and I can kind of zoom in on it. So if you look over here, there are these hooks that hold the bay together. So you see, I don't think I can focus on. There we go. It focused. Nice. So you can see there are these little hooks here, right? And those are the prongs that keep the bay together. Now you can see how thick the one is for turn. So let me kind of rotate it a bit. You can see it's a decently thick piece of plastic, so that whenever you put something on it, it does not really fall apart too easily. Now, if we were to contrast this with Assaults is extremely thin compared to it. So I'm going to try to see if angled correctly, can I get them both in the same shot. I don't think I can, but we're going to try and go for it. So I think that's the best I can do. You can see kind of this one's significantly thinner than the one on the bottom. So it wasn't necessarily that Turbo was wearing it down, is that it just always had poor mold issues. Is TT going to fix this? I don't know. If they haven't fixed it by the time Hasbro releases Blast, which should be probably, given Hasbro's track record right now, it should probably be in like 3 or 4 months. I don't think they're going to fix it, unfortunately. Was that engineered as a nerf? Probably. Given that Pegasus Blast by itself, if it didn't have the issues, would actually be a pretty strong bay. Granted, Turbo is not the strongest bit in the game, but it does have extremely tight burst resistance on other things like, for say, Cobalt Drake. So yeah, but I'm glad I finally figured it out. I assumed it was just like, okay, Turbo's just, don't use Turbo because it's killing your ratchets. But no, it's that Assault was very poorly made, and I don't know if other people have this issue. I read a comment saying somebody else had this issue, but this seems like it's a widespread thing. So I kind of feel like it's the Unite situation all over again, where TT makes a bad mold widespread, and then until people notice it and complain about it, TT's not going to do anything about it. So I used to have a proper Unite mold. I sold it with a fox brush, the gold one. So if Hasbro ever gets us the gold fox brush again, I'll probably pick it up so I can show that again. But basically, the point did not actually touch the stadium floor on the original Unite. However, on Unite Mold 2, it actually would become almost like a tapered ball rather than just tapered with the hole in it. So it was basically tapered if you were to put a point that completed it out and rounded it out. Did it affect too much? Not really. It just kind of affected when it would go more aggressive. It wasn't such a big deal that it's like, okay, I need this mold, like some of the people have been making with the Phoenix Wings. But I just thought this was kind of an interesting subject to cover. Now, on Assault, unless you're using Turbo, you won't really notice it, because the other ratchets that does it for are like the one-piece ratchets where, say, 385, which it stays together on a high resistance ratchet or bit, but if I were to throw like a low resistance bit, like say Gear Needle on there, it stays together, but like it's given me burst issues in the past. So it almost acts as a normal ratchet if you're not using Turbo. Or not ratchet, but assist blade. I keep flipping the two, guys. I'm sorry. But I just think that this is worth calling attention to because this is either an intentional nerf by TT or a bunch of people got this bad mold. I'm going to see if I can find the mold code on here to give to you guys so you guys know for future reference. This one mold says it is mold D25. So the way you can find the mold code is if you look around on the bottom near that little X area, you'll see a D25 if my camera decides to focus. There we go. Now, because it's all the same color plastic, there you can kind of see it now. So, yeah, this does mean I'm probably going to have to pick up a Hasbro Pegasus Blast, which I'm not really complaining about. I'll probably keep one as a display piece and throw the old one or the old assist blade on there and then just put the new one on if it fixes the mold. But yeah, so that's kind of the issue with Pegasus Blast. I finally figured it out. At first I thought it was that, okay, so turbo just doesn't, like, it wears it down too quickly. But it's actually, and you can kind of see it when I do this, it doesn't fully lock in because it is, it doesn't have enough plastic for it to fully lock in, basically. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little informative update video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And let me know what your guys' Aero Pegasus turned out like. Did you all get this mold issue, or was this just a 1 or 2 or 3 time thing? So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.